we have been repeatedly discussing optometry and access to optometric eye care. I have a letter that was sent to me today, and today I was proud to give a member statement about saving eye care in Ontario, but this letter arrived after I gave that, so I wanted to share this. It's from an optometrist, Dr. Seema Korea, who's a Durham Region optometrist, and she said, quote, "Optometrists are feeling so frustrated with this whole situation, especially since the government keeps saying, quote, we need optometrists to return to the table, when we have never left and have been trying to communicate with our local MPPs nonstop for over a year. Our patients are suffering and it's breaking our hearts. I'm in disbelief that almost 2 months into this, the government is willing to sit back and let people just not have access to essential eye care. Even if optometrists were not willing to negotiate, which is so far from the truth, we've been begging for a mechanism to negotiate for decades, the government's responsibility is to ensure that all Ontarians have access to health care. They are the government. Honestly, I'm not sure how things work in the legislature, but if there's any way to point-blank ask the Minister of Health why, if she agrees that optometrists should not be paying out of pocket to see OHIP-insured patients, can she not sign a commitment to a legally binding negotiation process whereby optometrists do not have to pay out of pocket to provide OHIP-insured services? This simple action would end service withdrawal. With a commitment that is legally binding, optometrists would be able to trust that a resolution would be determined." As she said, their words without a commitment don't hold any weight with optometrists. Also, we just want someone to call out Minister of Health, the MPP from Eglinton Lawrence, and the Premier, and anyone else who tries to say that optometrists are not returning to the table, with a statement that acknowledges that optometrists are ready, willing, and able to negotiate, but mediation is not the only way that this can happen. Speaker, I'm glad to bring her voice to this legislature, but I'm going to connect it to this bill that is about supporting people and businesses. We're seeing that constituents and potential patients of optometrists don't have access to what they need. But optometrists are also running their practices, and they have been saying that they can't afford to, that they're paying so much out of pocket to provide these services. They've been begging just to break even for years. And this government that says, hey, we're friends to business, they're letting that happen and have been for a long time. I wrote a letter to the minister. I'm awaiting a response. And I urged them to return to the negotiating table and restore OHIP-insured eye care services to all youth and seniors. People expect the government will resolve this. And we have all spoken about people with diabetes and on ODSP, seniors who can't get their driver's licenses in order to maintain their, or can't get appointments to have their eyes checked. Just such a mess that they're losing their independence as a result. Students in schools who are finding out as they're back this year who can't see the whiteboard properly. Oh well, they're out of luck.